Upbeat, gentle music begins and fades into the background. Hello, wonderful viewers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I want to share a little story with you, a story about a frog named Freddy. It might sound simple, but stick with me, because there's a powerful lesson in it for all of us. Picture this, a beautiful, sparkling pond on a warm sunny day. Dragonflies are zipping through the air, water lilies are blooming, and the sound of happy frog splashes fills the air. All the frogs in the pond were having the time of their lives, leaping from lily pad to lily pad, their croaks echoing with joy. But not Freddy. Our little friend Freddy just sat there, right at the very edge of the water, his little froggy heart thumping in his chest. He watched his friends and siblings soar through the air, landing with a satisfying plop into the cool water. But he couldn't bring himself to join them. One of his friends, a cheerful frog named Lily, hopped over. "Freddy, what's wrong? The water's amazing today. Come on in," she chirped. Freddy just shook his head slowly, his eyes wide. "I can't," he mumbled, looking down at his wobbly little legs. I'm scared." He was scared of the jump. What if he didn't jump far enough? What if he landed funny? What if everyone laughed at him? All these what ifs were like heavy stones, weighing him down. Just then, his mom, a wise, kind frog with gentle eyes, sat down beside him. She didn't push or scold him. She just watched the other frogs for a moment and then turned to Freddy. "What are you thinking about, my little one?" she asked softly. Freddy finally let it all out. "I'm scared, Mom. Everyone else makes it look so easy, but I feel like my feet are stuck to the ground. I'm afraid I'll fail." His mom gave him a comforting little nudge. She looked him right in the eye and whispered something he would never forget. "Oh, Freddy," she said, her voice full of warmth. "It's okay to be scared. Everyone feels scared sometimes. Even the bravest frogs you see out there. But remember this, the first jump is always the hardest." She didn't say he had to do it. She didn't say it would be perfect. She just acknowledged his fear and gave him a piece of truth. The first step, the first attempt, the first leap, that's always the biggest hurdle. Freddy looked at his mom, and then back at the water. Her words echoed in his mind. The first jump is always the hardest. He thought about all the fun he was missing. He saw the smiles on his friends' faces. He took a deep, shaky breath, filling his little frog lungs with the warm air. He closed his eyes for a second, pushed away all the what-ifs, and focused on his mom's words. He crouched down, wiggled his toes, and then he jumped. He didn't soar like the others. Not on his first try. It was more of a clumsy, wobbly hop. But it was enough. Splash! He landed in the cool, refreshing water. For a moment, he was underwater, and then he popped his head up, gasping. And you know what happened? He heard a sound. It wasn't laughter. It was cheering. All his friends, his siblings, and his mom were cheering for him. "You did it, Freddy. You did it." A huge grin spread across Freddy's face. He had done it. The water felt wonderful. Not scary at all. The fear that had held him back was washed away. He paddled his legs and laughed, a real, happy, bubbly laugh. And then, feeling a surge of confidence, he kicked his legs and jumped again. This time, he went a little higher, a little farther, and then he did it again and again. He spent the rest of the day leaping and splashing, no longer the scared little frog at the edge of the pond. Freddy's story is our story, isn't it? We all have our own ponds, our own jumps that scare us. Maybe it's starting a new project, applying for a dream job, speaking in public, or even just making a new friend. That first step can feel terrifying, impossible even. Our minds fill with 1,000 what-ifs that paralyze us. But just like Freddy's mom said, the first jump is always the hardest. Once you take that leap of faith, once you break through that initial barrier of fear, you realize you have the strength to keep going. The second jump is easier, and the third is even easier than that. So, whatever your pond is, whatever jump is making you hesitate, I want you to think of Freddy. Take a deep breath. Acknowledge the fear, but don't let it control you. Just focus on making that one single leap. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a start. Because on the other side of that fear is a whole world of splashing, laughter, and a stronger, more confident you. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this little story with me today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear in the comments about a first jump you have taken in your own life. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, be brave and take the jump.